Good morning, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am here with a new lecture on changing our sentence from assertive to exclamatory. These changing sentences from assertive to exclamatory will be on the basic rules and then examples with some additional practices for you to be done at home. This lecture is brought to you by Muhammad Emran Hossain, lecturer in English at Rajuk Uttara Model College. I hope you will find this lecture enjoyable and effective for you to learn the rules of transforming sentences from assertive to exclamatory and vice versa. By the end of the lecture, you will be able to identify assertive sentences, identify exclamatory sentences, and then you will be able to change assertive sentences to exclamatory sentences. And finally, you will have the ability to revert exclamatory sentences to assertive sentences. Let's start the video. This is rule 1, part A. In rule 1, part A, if we find very, very much, most, extremely, or great in any assertive sentence, then we make the assertive sentence exclamatory by using what or how. If article A or N precedes this very, very much, most, extremely, or great, then we use what, and the structure for this will be what A or N plus adjective plus noun plus subject plus verb, and at the end of this structure there will be a note of exclamation. For example, that is a very nice bird. You mark that the word very is here and it is preceded by the article A and it is followed by the adjective nice, after which we find the noun bird, and so this structure is fulfilled in this sentence. So very nice bird. So drop this very from this sentence and take what. So what, and then take the article what a, then adjective plus noun. What a nice bird, then the subject verb. What a nice bird that is. So this is the exclamatory of the given sentence in example number 1. Singapore is a very small country. Take this very out of the sentence and take what. So what a small country Singapore is. What a small country Singapore is. At example number 3, we see the sentence, Miss Rehana is a very busy person. The exclamatory form of this sentence will be what a busy person Miss Rehana is. At example 4, we find the sentence, honesty is an extremely necessary virtue of life. Its exclamatory sentence will be what a necessary virtue of life honesty is. These are the examples given in rule 1. Now we are proceeding to the practices of rule 1. So here are some sentences for you to be done at home, and please do this homework in your homework copy. When RUMC resumes again, you'll have to show these homework to your subject teachers. Now moving to the part B, I mean the second part of rule 1. So in this rule, to make any sentence exclamatory, we have to follow this structure: how plus adjective plus subject plus verb, then note of exclamation. For example, she looks very beautiful. We have to take this adverb very out of this sentence and use the word how instead of very, and then the adjective how beautiful, and then the subject she. How beautiful she, and at the end the verb looks. How beautiful she looks. At example 2, we can see the sentence, this footballer plays very skillfully. Its exclamatory will be how skillfully this footballer plays. How skillfully this footballer plays. Number 3, Jonathan Swift wrote novels very carefully. Instead of very, using the word how and then rewriting. How carefully Jonathan Swift wrote novels. Example 4, coronavirus is very dangerous for human beings. Its exclamatory form will take the word how in place of very, and then the sentence should be rewritten with this, following this structure. So how dangerous coronavirus is for human beings. Here ends the examples of part B of rule 1, and some practice sentences follow. And please do these practice sentences at home in your homework copy for your subject teacher, who will check your homework when RUMC classes resume. Okay, let us move to rule 2. Here the structure is I rejoice that, it is a matter of joy that, or it is joyful that. If these expressions are used in a sentence, then we can make the sentence exclamatory by using the word hurrah in place of these phrases. For example, it is a matter of joy that he has won the lottery. Here, it is a matter of joy. This clause should be replaced by the word hurrah and then note of exclamation, and then the second part of the sentence should be written. So hurrah, he has won the lottery. You should make sure that you use the note of exclamation over here just after hurrah, and then the immediate letter should be in capitalized form, whereas the ending part of the sentence will have a full stop. If you think that you are using the word note of exclamation at the end of the sentence here in this rule, then give a comma here and use note of exclamation at the end. Make sure that you may write the H of he in small form in that structure. At example 2, we can see a sentence that reads like, it is joyful that scientists have developed the plan for vaccine. Its exclamatory form will be, hurrah, scientists have developed the plan for vaccine. Number 3, I rejoice that I have achieved A plus. Its exclamatory sentence will be, hurrah, I have achieved A plus. This is the end of part B of rule 1, and let us now move on to that is the end of for rule 2, and here are some examples for you to solve at home. Some 3 examples I have set for you, and please write the answers to these exercise sentences in your homework copy. Moving to rule 3. Rule 3 is really an easy one, which states that if there is I wish in a sentence, we can make the sentence exclamatory by using the word if. For example, I wish I could fly freely like a bird. Its exclamatory form will take the word if in place of I wish. So the exclamatory sentence will be, if I could fly freely like a bird. If I could fly freely like a bird. E- Example 2 states that the assertive sentence, I wish I could invent the vaccine of coronavirus, is in assertive form, and we need to make this sentence exclamatory by using if in place of I wish. So the exclamatory form of this sentence will be, if I could invent the vaccine of coronavirus. Example 3, I wish I could donate my wealth for treating COVID-19 patients. The exclamatory form will be, if I could donate my wealth for treating COVID-19 patients. Moving to example 4, I wish I knew how to kill coronavirus. And its exclamatory form will be, if I knew how to kill coronavirus. These are the examples that are given based on rule 3 of changing a sentence from assertive to exclamatory. Let us now move on to the next slide, in which you will find some exercises for you to be done at home in your homework copy for the subject teacher to be shown when RUMC classes resume. Please write these sentences in your homework copy and write the answers too. These exercises will make you confident in changing a sentence from assertive to exclamatory. We are at rule 4. Rule 4 has a structure in assertive form, and it is I wish plus subject plus had. And this had can be the main verb had, or can be the auxiliary verb of past perfect tense. In any way it is written, we must follow this structure to make this sentence exclamatory, and that structure is had plus subject plus the rest part of the sentence. And let us see an example of this rule. I wish I had a car. To make this sentence exclamatory, we need to drop this I wish from the sentence and take this auxiliary verb, this main verb here, had, in the beginning of the sentence, then the subject and the predicate, the remaining part of the sentence. So the sentence will read like, had I a car. That is the exclamatory form of this sentence given at example noun 1. This is example noun 2 of this structure. I wish I had the golden touch like King Midas. And in this sentence, we have that auxiliary verb had here over here. And to make this sentence exclamatory, we need to drop this I wish from the beginning of the sentence and take this auxiliary verb had at the beginning before the subject, and the rest part of the sentence should be written as it is. So the exclamatory sentence will read like this: had I the golden touch like King Midas. Example 3 has the sentence, I wish I had known all the rules of English grammar, and in which we can see that the auxiliary verb had is over here. To make this sentence exclamatory, let us take this had at the beginning, then the subject I. Had I, then the rest part of the sentence, had I known all the rules of English grammar. This is the exclamatory form of the sentence given at example noun 3. We are now moving to example noun 4 of the same rule. I wish I had the solution to the problems of the world. Here, the word had has been given over here, and to make this sentence exclamatory, let us take it at the beginning of the sentence and drop this I wish from the sentence. Then after this head, we should use the subject I, and the rest part of the sentence is to be written as it is. So the exclamatory sentence will be, had I the solution to the problems of the world. Remember that in all the sentences given here, I have used the note of exclamation at the end of the sentences. You should also mark it. And here is one point for you, that if you don't write this note of exclamation over here and mistakenly give the full stop, you will certainly not be awarded any mark on changing sentence. Note of punctuation marks are very important for getting marks in exams, even if you write sentences correctly, except the marks. We are at the practice part of Rule 4, and here are some practices for you to be done at home. Please write these sentences along with the answers of these questions in your homework copy for your subject teacher to check. And these sentences are for your confidence. If you do these, you'll be a bit more confident in changing sentences. We are moving to Rule 5. Rule 5 states that if a sentence has the clauses, it is a matter of sorrow that, it is sorrowful that, I feel sorry that. If these clauses are used in a sentence, we need to make that sentence exclamatory by using the word alas. Similar to the word hurrah and fie, we should use the note of exclamation immediately after the word alas. And at the end of the sentence, we'll have a full stop, whereas the immediate word after the note of exclamation will begin with a capital letter. Let us see some examples. This is example 1 on this rule. Based on Rule 5, I mean, a matter of sorrow, sorrowful, or I feel sorry. It is a matter of sorrow that his father is no more. To make this sentence exclamatory, we need to drop, it is a matter of sorrow that. This part is to be dropped of the sentence. And then we need to import a new word, which is alas, in the beginning of our exclamatory sentence. And then the rest part of the sentence is to be written as I have said. So the note of exclamatory sentence will read like, alas, his father is no more. It is a matter of sorrow that many more people are getting affected with coronavirus. Its exclamatory form will be, alas, many more people are getting affected with coronavirus. Example 3 shows us a sentence. It is a matter of sorrow that he is an aggrieved person, and its exclamatory form will be, alas, he is an aggrieved person. This is example 4 on rule number 5, which states that it is a matter of sorrow is to be replaced by the word alas. So let us make this statement exclamatory. So alas, then the rest part of the sentence, the river water is inundating Dhaka city. Alas, the river water is inundating Dhaka city. We are now moving to practices on rule 5, and here are some practice sentences for you. Please take your pen and paper, start writing these sentences, and write the answers too. Please show your subject teacher the answers when things come to normalcy again. This is the last rule of making a sentence exclamatory from assertive, and this rule states that If a sentence has the clause, it is shameful that, or it is a matter of shame that, then the sentence can be made exclamatory by using the word fi, similar to Gurra, Elas. You need to use the word fi just immediately at the beginning of the sentence, and a note of exclamation will follow the word fi. For example, it is shameful that you have cheated her. Its exclamatory form will be fi, you have cheated her. Mark that the letter Y of you should be capitalized after the fi. So it is shameful that you misappropriate people's fund. Its exclamatory form will be fi, you misappropriate people's fund. Example 3, it is a matter of shame that he is in the habit of stealing things. Its exclamatory form will be fi, he is in the habit of stealing things. The last example on rule 6 is this, and this sentence reads like, it is a matter of shame that the man is a criminal. Its exclamatory form will sound fi, the man is a criminal. Okay, these are the examples on rule 6. Now let us proceed to the practices on rule 6. Here are some sentences for you. Please write these sentences in your homework copy and write the answers too. Let your subject teacher check these answers when RUMC classes resume again. Hope you enjoyed my lecture today. And this lecture is an introductory part for you to learn to make sentences exclamatory from assertive. I hope you will give me inspiration to make many more such videos. Thank you, my dear students. See you. Allah Hafiz.